and lateral removal is part of a larger process of canopy management, which is a key tool in maximizing quality and minimizing disease pressure in grape growing. Leaf and lateral removal is ideally done soon after berry set. We don't want to disturb fertilization, but we also don't want to wait too late in the season when temperatures are at their highest. It's also important to be aware of weather patterns and any potential for heat waves before performing the work. If there's a chance for extreme temperatures, you'll either want to postpone or adjust your leaf removal style. Berries need time to acclimate to increased sun exposure. Moderate sun exposure earlier in the season will encourage berries to develop a thick cuticle, which will prevent sunburn and botrytis infection. Ideally, we'd also like to time the pass to open up the canopies before the final mildew spray to maximize its effect. Canopy management is site-dependent and practices range greatly. Before choosing a leafing method appropriate for your site, you need to consider many factors such as vigor, disease pressure, the growing season, the style of wine, the skill of the crew, and the price of the fruit. For example, in a cool site with morning fog, we would want to remove more leaves than in a warmer site. Or if a winemaker is looking to soften the tannins of a red variety or is concerned about the green flavors in past vintages, a viticulturalist may suggest removing more leaves. In all cases, it is essential to create a directive that the crew can perform reliably. In a more moderate site, we would consider removing less leaves. One of the ways we do this is a process called tunneling, where we remove the leaves and the laterals from the center of the vine. This allows more light and spray penetration without causing as much sunburn or sun damage. If your crew works from the morning side of the vine, some additional leaves and laterals can be taken off that side if necessary. In leafing, we only remove leaves from the morning side, the other side of the vine. This side we leave completely intact. Increasing airflow will help to reduce moisture and humidity in the canopy around the clusters, which will naturally reduce fungal pathogens. Leaves are left intact on the afternoon side of the vine in order to minimize the risk of sunburn in the hottest hours of the day. A very vigorous vine with many clusters and shoots will have a lot of competition for its limited resources, slowing the development of individual clusters. Through canopy management, viticulturalists try to balance the amount of clusters and vine shoots on the vine to allow for sufficient foliage for photosynthesis without excessive shading that could hamper the ripening process. In more vigorous sites, it might be advantageous to remove additional leaves in the fruit zone, as well as to remove some leaves and laterals above the fruit zone to improve airflow. The right amount of filtered sunlight will help create uniformity in cluster maturity. Interior, shaded clusters ripen slower. Filtered sunlight is also essential for the annual cycle of the vine, providing enough sunlight to promote bud fruitfulness for the following year.